Alright, so I'm out here on the Greenbelt in Carrollton, Georgia. I'm gonna go for a little ride. Before we do that, I figure I'd show you my bike a little bit. I love this bike. Really not anything I'd change about it. It's been great so far. As some of you may have noticed in my previous videos, brake light came busted, but the replacement came in not too long ago. And it was about a month after I put in the request because they didn't have it in stock. So I had to get here all the way from China. So that's all good to go. It's got a 48 volt, 10.4 air power battery, 350 watt geared hub motor in the back. A lot of torque. I weigh about 115, so this bike has plenty of punch for me. It's got a nice bright light up front and a brake light on the back, of course. It folds as well, weighs about 50 pounds. Seems like a handle right here so you can carry it easily. That's a single speed. Gets up to about 20 miles an hour with just a throttle. And yeah. And it's got 5 different pedal assist modes. I don't know if you can see. So it's 0 through 5. The different ones just get the motor up to a certain speed. I added this bell right here. Definitely louder than the stock one, I should say. Even came with a little phone holder too, which is pretty neat. Very convenient. So yeah, I love it. Let's rock and roll. That truck's letting me go. So today is Thursday, August 14th, I think. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning, about 75 degrees. The weather the past few days has been all over the place. It's a bit gloomy, but not bad at all. At least it's not raining like it's been the past few days. So this is the Carrollton Greenbelt. It's right around 18 miles. It loops around Carrollton. It is a fun path to ride for sure. My parents and I came out here a couple times and rode it, and we all like it. It's about 40 minutes from where I live in Newnan. And today is a very light day for me, so I figured I'd come up here and give it a shot. On my own. I don't know if you can hear me in this wind noise, but should be able to now. I love how this trail has all these hills and winding turns and all that. It's pretty neat. Nobody coming. Trail's still a bit wet from all this rain we've had, but some of it is dry, to say the least. That is a church, I think, over to my right. Yeah, it's about 75 degrees right now. It feels pretty good. There's some blue sky. While I'm on this stretch, I want to demonstrate the different pedal assist levels. So if you're on 0, the bike is essentially turned off. No throttle, no nothing. It's just pure pedaling. 1 is like a very slow creeping speed. Stops about 8 miles an hour. 2 gets up to about 11. 3 is about 13, 14. 4 up to 16, and then 5 up to 20. All right, they're doing some work up here. I'm just gonna slowly around them. Thank you. Putting in some new wood. There's some countertops. That's where you get your countertops from. I think that's granite. Some of that wood back there was rotten, so they were working on that. This trail is pretty well maintained. Got some lake action going on here. So this is a fairly busy road. Got to pay pretty good attention here. Looks like they're stopping. Some people don't stop, so it's still important that you look both ways before you cross. even when they have a red light. So this is Lake Carroll. I think I'm gonna stop and get a couple pictures along the way, just so I can have different options to choose from for my YouTube video. A neat little cabin right here. This is I think this is the police department. Or the log cabin part. Pretty cool. I don't know much about Carrollton. I mean, I know a few things. I've only been here a couple times. So this sign right here, it's kind of confusing me. It says no motor vehicles, including electric scooters, hoverboards, golf carts, four-wheelers. I mean, I don't understand why they wouldn't allow electric scooters on this path. I mean, I think I know the reason why that is. We've got a huge athletic complex right here. This would be a great spot to practice drone flying or flying something really fast. So the reason electric scooters and hoverboards are on there, I think it has to do with their experience in recent years. 10 years ago, hoverboards absolutely exploded in popularity, and literally when their batteries were going off. Electric scooters back then were crazy as well, with all the rentals taking off and people riding them irresponsibly. And Carrollton was like, nope, we're not putting up with that rental mess. So that's probably why they're on that list. But if you know of any rule changes or anything about electric scooters, let me know in the comments, because this would be a lot of fun on a scooter or my one wheel. No, I'd rather not take a chance and get a ticket. So I'm not riding this here until I confirm that they're allowed. So yeah. But I have seen several people out here on e-bikes. So I'm just assuming that they don't have an issue with that. Yeah, this is a pretty big park, athletic complex. I bet this is where kids play football. A little facility right there. Definitely can't go wrong out here when it comes to sports. It does get pretty busy out here on the weekends. A little wet right there. mountain bike trail right in there. I mean, I am on a bike, but it's not built for mountain biking. It doesn't have suspension. It's just not built for it. This is just a folding commuter e-bike. That's really what it is. Although these knobby tires, I mean, they got the same. These tires would be up for the job on a kid's mountain bike. But this is not the type of bike to take for the woods. A little castle playground to the left, and then a bathroom. I think this doesn't really go anywhere. Ooh, nice hill right here. Yeah, if I remember correctly, this is a dead end. Yep. Maybe they'll have more planned for the future from here one day. Who knows? This hill's a bit steep. Pick up some speed, and that'll make the climb easier than ever. I'll show you how fast it goes with throttle only. It tops out about 19 and a half, right around 20. But when you're already moving, it takes the motor a little while to catch up, because the actual brushless motor inside the hub has to spool up, and then the planetary gears have to catch up as well. So it'll eventually be rotating at the same speed to where they grab, and that's when it engages. All right, so the path continues this way. Yeah, there's a nice little castle playground there. Kind of brings back a little bit of childhood memories. When I was a kid, I would spend a lot of time at that playground at Carroll Park, which is part of the Newnan Utilities property down in Newnan where I live. I loved those wooden playgrounds. Pretty cool. This part's a bit narrow. That was the city utilizing the existing infrastructure, I think. Either that, or they're trying to keep it as narrow as possible for these people to have this yard space. And it gets wide. Hey, buddy. Squirrels can be a bit unpredictable. They can run out right in front of you, so you gotta watch out for them. and deer as well. It's humid out here as well. When I first hopped on the bike, my display was foggy. As I get going, it dries off pretty quickly. So it's really not a big deal. All right. Another athletic complex. There's a little track field, which I did consider doing when I was a senior in high school, but I decided to go for mountain biking. There's an indoor pool right there. I think I saw a lifeguard. It's gotta be pretty cool in there. And then there's more of that complex. And Lake Carroll right up that way. This place is pretty neat. Little playground and a pavilion up there. Pretty cool. Yeah. A lot of tennis courts there. But it's packed during the weekends. People love tennis and pickleball, that's for sure. My mom loves it. I'm not really a fan though. We've got quite a bit to do here. Pavilions, walking paths. Nice place to hang out. Such a pretty view. Pretty awesome. Across here, nobody coming. All right, I'll do it with throttle only here. Despite scoots, it's got plenty of punch. I love it. Pretty windy today. I looked at the weather and there's no rain coming, so that should be good. All right, we are coming up on Hobbs Farm. That's the Hobbs Farm loop that way. It just loops around here. I'm not going that way because there's nothing to see. This is a nice little parking ride. Got a little workout area over there, and then you got restrooms right there. There is also an 18-hole disc golf course. And it's among the top 10 disc golf courses in the nation, I think. I played a couple of times with my dad, and it's pretty good. And that's the other end of the loop. If any of you disc golf guys are watching this video, I lost an orange boss on number 9, I think. It's that downhill hole. I spent like 20 minutes looking for it. It was nowhere to be found, so if any of y'all finds an orange boss, drop me a comment. That thing flew really well. I love that thing. So if any of y'all can find it, that'd be awesome. So there's part of the course right there and over there. It's a pretty fun course. Got a lot of rolling hills and all that. That's the practice basket. And I think that's number 1 over there. And this is where you park, right next to this church. All right, that foreigner's letting me go. This is Grace Covenant Church. So if you need to know where to go to get a disc golf course, this would be a good address. There's also an app called UDisc, and it shows you every course. Pretty much every disc golf course there is on the planet. Highly recommend downloading that if you're into disc golf or getting into it. That's the best way to find a disc golf course these days. This trail has a mix of windings and hills and long stretches like this. Yeah, I believe I have to cut across this intersection. It's a four-way stop. Nobody's coming, so we're good. These are 2-bedroom townhomes, Westbury Place. They have it set up this way so you can slow down if you're on a bike. Looks like it goes that way. All right, nobody turning behind me. It should be good. All right, this is a little rough. They need to repave this. How is your cruise? Right around 16, 17 on pedal assist 4. And if I want to work out, I can back it down to 3. And just try to keep a steady pace. Something in my eye. It's gone now. There's another church. It's a bit windy, but it feels good. Graveyard over there. Right across from that church. let's go this way. That's a pretty impressive structure. Kind of reminds me of that section on the Riverwalk down in Columbus. It's just like that, but it's right over the water. There's no railroad track next to it. I rode that a lot when I was growing up. Alright, I think I know where I am now. It's kind of going with the flow. I like to do a mix of pedaling and throttle. Coming up on a boardwalk. This is throttle only. Doing about 20. All right, back to pedaling. Slide second pedal up to 18 at a decent pace. Feeling the heat in my legs a little bit. So I'm getting, my battery is getting a bit low. So, but I do have a spare battery, so it may cut out on me before I want it to. I mean, it's got 20% left. I don't know why it just randomly quit on me. That's weird. Oh. GoPro is acting a little funny for some reason, so you may not get the exact video what I want, but we'll see how it turns out. We are in close proximity to the University of West Georgia. I think that was a sorority house back there. Fraternity or sorority. Many colleges have those. Some of my old friends from high school definitely going crazy with the Greek life stuff on social media. Football field right there. checking my GoPro, make sure it's still recording. And it is. Usually it beeps at me, so it tells me what it's doing. So I should be getting the video I want. Alright, we are passing through University of West Georgia now. No, you're all good. University of West Georgia. There's the police department. Some of their stuff. Just sticking to the Greenbelt for now. These hills are pretty steep. Oh, those people are parked. There's the Roy Richards Senior Hall. A lot of colleges have some pretty impressive structures. I was absolutely screaming down this hill when I was coming down this way. When I was out here a few weeks ago. Alright, my GoPro battery ran out of juice, so I went ahead and swapped that out. So it's good that I brought a spare battery. I have two of them. I have an hour left on my memory card, and this is a fresh battery, so we're good to go. It's a pretty busy road. Oh, there's a state-of-the-art fitness center there. Right there behind CBS. Alright, I gotta get through this intersection. It's a busy one. I think it goes that way. Yeah. Nobody turning, I'm going to go. Awesome. Right, the light is just turning. Nobody coming my way. Perfect timing. I'm loving this trail so far. It's a lot of fun. I'm going flying right here. Got a long stretch coming up. So maybe I'll do a mix of throttle and pedal. This bike is a great tool for everything outdoors. I can use it to work out and I can use it to get that wind rush. I love this thing. So I have the option to pedal, or I can just cruise with the throttle. This thing's awesome. I love, love, love this thing. This is probably one of the longest boardwalks I've ever seen. Kind of reminds me of an old mine train or railroad for some reason. definitely a bit bumpy, but fun. You want to be careful on those when they're wet. They can be slick. Wood, rocks, all that can be very, very slippery after it rains. So you want to be careful. It's a substation. Your electricity will end up in a substation like that after it's generated at the power plant, and they essentially distribute power throughout the city to all the homes and businesses. Pretty interesting how that works. These tunnels are kind of fun. This is a pretty steep hill. Put in some work on these uphills so I don't push the motor too hard. It says what year those bridges were installed. So if you read the little label on the side there, it'll tell you what year it's manufactured. These were all manufactured back in 2015, if I'm not mistaken. I looked at them when I was last out here. I think we're coming up to the schools now, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I remember there was an asphalt section after the schools. I think this is it. Little girl playing that fountain. Kids are curious, and so am I. That's just the way humans are, I guess. This is what they call the literacy lane. I have no idea what they're showing. Different topics. I mean, the schools are right up here. So there's Carrollton High School. And then some of their athletic complexes. That big building back there is an indoor football field. It is the only one of its kind in Georgia. It's a full-size football field indoors. It's not a stadium. The only one in Georgia. There's the elementary school, and then right up here is the middle school. There's a lot that happens here. A lot of memories made and all that. I bet some students are lifers here. What I mean by that is they start in like pre-K at elementary school and they stay here all the way through high school. I went to the same school from kindergarten through 5th grade. And I transferred to a private Catholic school where I did middle school and high school. Learned a lot of stuff and made a lot of friends and memories. And I hope to see all my friends again one day, so I hope you guys are doing very well. If any of my high school friends are watching my videos. My family and I are doing very well, and I hope you guys are doing the same. And it's kind of crazy how some of the fellas who were in high school at the same time as me, like the seniors when I was a freshman, they're out there doing real jobs now. Some of them are even in the military and having kids and all that. I mean, time really flies when you look at it that way. Crazy how some of those folks are having kids and more responsibilities now. Time flies. And I do want to tell you, when you get out of high school, that's when the world is really going to start testing you. But you definitely get that sense of accomplishment when you get out of high school and through college and all that. It's definitely an adventure for sure. So yeah. All right, so that guy's letting me go. It's clear right for now. All right, let's see if I can catch that light. Nope. All right, this is a pretty busy intersection, so I may be here a minute. I should get a window right here in a second. Those people may be turning. I'll probably be next though. I got it. think, yeah, I got 12 seconds. This is Triangle Park. A great place to hang out if you're wanting to take a break from riding. This is the Root Street connector. Let's see what this semi does. Oh, he's waiting on me. The wind definitely feels even better after sitting at that intersection back there for a couple minutes. I'm supposed to go that way. Whew. See what we got going on here. Could go ahead and go after this Tacoma or Tundra. I'll go ahead and get across here. All those people are turning left. That way doesn't go anywhere. I went up there last time I was out here. This is the way back to where I started. This is the main loop. Quite a bit of random stuff in there. I think those are building materials. Maybe they're building some more places around here, I don't know. Alright, I gotta cross the railroad track. Right here. And it continues right here. was going to get barbecued the other day while I was out riding my scooter. I had to stop and wait on the train. That was a pretty long one. See, I'll get some good video. If any trains that come by along the way. A lot of rail fans out there. I like trains too. Yeah, it's like they're letting me go. Nice little wooded area there with the lake behind. It's pretty. I'm gonna stop here and get a quick picture. I like how all the trees are kind of scattered around here and in the lake behind that. It's beautiful. All right, let's keep going. This is Richards Lake, I think. You can look on Google Maps and see. Yep, this is Richards Lake. Such a pretty view. It's one of the things I love about this path. It's pretty scenic. So yeah, if you're in like Newnan or Peachtree City or Atlanta or any of the nearby places, and you love riding bikes, I would recommend this path. I mean, it's got everything you can think of. You can't beat it. you're like less than an hour away from Carrollton, I'd recommend this. This is a dairy farm. Pretty interesting. A tunnel with an 8-foot clearance. And yet another boardwalk. Alright, I think we're on the tail end of the path now, or the loop. Oh, bison thing. It's a little silhouette of a bison or buffalo, whatever you call them. Alright. That was a fun ride. This is my third time riding it. That was a lot of fun. There's some more info there. On the other side as well. Alright, I think that's it for today. Y'all have a great one. Thanks for watching.